Hi, boys and girls. It's Mrs. Espinosa and Mrs. Miller.
Hi.
We're here to do a fun PBIS lesson with you. But first, let's do some breathing to get relaxed. My favorite is balloon. Let's try it. Hands on your head. Let's take a deep breath. One more. Here we go. Oh, I feel better already. Ready to learn. Okay, here we go. Boys and girls, this month's theme for October is participation. That means doing your best and participating. Be safe, be respectful, be responsible. Okay, here's my friend Panda, and she wants us to talk to you today about some special buttons at the bottom of our Google Meet. You see where my yellow arrows are pointing. So we're going to start out and we're going to talk about how to use those responsibly and respectfully. All right, here goes Mrs. Miller. She's going to talk about the camera.
Hi, boys and girls. We're going to talk about how, if you see that yellow on the bottom of the screen by the panda, to make sure you keep your camera on, so that way your teacher can see you when she's doing her lessons. If your camera is off and you have a question or you might need help, your teacher won't be able to see you. So it's very important to keep that on.
Yeah, Panda wants you to keep your camera on too. All right, here's the next one. There we go.
So the next one is the mute and unmute button. So make sure you keep your mute button on. So that way...
Mrs. Miller! Mrs. Miller! Mrs. Miller!
Oh my goodness, I totally forgot what I was going to say, Mrs. Espinosa.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
did I interrupt you?
You did, but that's okay. But boys and girls, that's what it can sound like. So please make sure you keep your mute button on. And if your teacher asks you to take it off, then you can talk. Or if you have a question, to raise your hand.
Right. I guess it's hard to listen when someone's shouting over the teacher's voice, huh?
Yes.
All right, the next one is the one that looks like a telephone. That ends the call. Now remember, we can't be playing around when we're on our computer and doing silly stuff and touching all the buttons. So be careful that you don't accidentally hang up before you should. Then you might not get back in. So only touch that red hang up button when the teacher tells you to. But also pay attention and make sure you do it right away if the teacher tells you, so you're not just hanging out and the teacher has to wait for you. Panda says, always listen to your teacher and only click on things the teacher says to do. Okay, boys and girls, this one is a really important one, okay? This one is about pinning your teacher. So if you look over at my screen with all those faces, it's so many people to look at. It's hard to pay attention. Look at Mrs. Miller. She can't even find the teacher in that group. So remember, you can take your mouse and hover over top of the teacher and find that little pin. And when you pin them, then all you see is the teacher. And it makes it easier for you to pay attention.
Okay, boys and girls, the next thing we're going to talk about is writing on your whiteboard or in your workbook or journal. So make sure it is so important to have your materials ready when it's time to work, so that way when your teacher tells you to do something, everything is right there for you to get started.
Right, and then you can show everyone all your good work.
Yep.
Okay, this one's a fun one. Singing along with songs and dancing during brain breaks. Look at Mrs. Miller. She loves to sing and dance. And even when she's on mute, she sings along. I know it seems funny and it's hard because we're not all together. But remember, teachers use songs and brain breaks to help make it less boring, boys and girls. So if you participate in those parts, it'll make the day a little more fun. All right, you do this.
Boys and girls, also make sure you raise your hand and wait for your teacher to call on you. And when you're raising your hand, and to answer your teacher questions, so that way not everyone's talking over one another and the teacher knows that you have a question by raising your hand.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Better than when I interrupted earlier. That wasn't very good at all. All right, exciting news, boys and girls. Every month at Musselman, there's going to be a bicycle giveaway.
What?
A lucky Musselman Mustang will be picked from all of our friends who are following school rules and galloping to success. So in every single classroom, we will pull a name of all the great students, and that person will get a bike. We're so excited for this new program.
Yay!
So keep following all our school rules. Oh, remember, we can gallop to success with our school rules girls, let's say them together, Mrs. Miller.
Yes.
All right. Be safe, be respectful,
and
be responsible. Awesome, boys and girls. And we can't wait to see you this month at the end of the month. Another dance party. And we have a fun arts and craft project ready for you. We'll see you soon. Gallop to success.
Bye.